Very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the lecture number 9 regarding inverter. What we will learn today? First of all, we are making a brief recap of previous lecture, that is lecture number 8 regarding inverters. Then we go for our topics today, the current source inverter or CSI. Then try to find out what is the significance and preferences. So first question is that what we have learned in the last lecture. Last lecture we have talked about the VSI of 3-phase, where we have discussed the switching strategy for 120-degree conduction and its switching patterns, waveform, output, its mathematical derivations, and comparative study between your 120-degree and 180-degree. Now straightforward, the current source inverter. So far we have discussed different type of inverter, or basically the voltage source inverter. This is a new category in our series, that is a current source inverter. The first question is arise in our mind, why CSI? If you go for the literature survey, then the CSI is dual of VSI. In VSI you use as a source as a rigid voltage source, whereas in case of the CSI we use a rigid current source as a source of a DC. In VSI the load current depend on the impedance, but in case of in a CSI the load voltage is depending on the load impedance. Hence diodes are connected in series with a switching device instead of the antiparallel VSI to protect them from transient voltage due to load current switching. Now try to realize the statement. First, what is that? In case the VSI, the load current, the nature of the load current is depending on the load impedance. Just recap. If the load is purely resistive load, then the voltage waveforms and the corresponding current waveform in case of the VSI are in same phase. But if the load having a inductor also along with the resistor, then due to the inductance effect the current is a lag in nature with respect to the voltage. Now this is the strategy for your VSI. Now what is the characteristic for the CSI? The load voltage instead of the current. Right now this is a very much important statement. The load voltage is depending on the nature of your load impedance. You must clear this thing. Let's proceed further. Why the CSI? Why should I use? To control the speed of AC motor, induction heating, lagging power compensation. This is a one type of compensation device. We have to use it, and to start the synchronous machine or motor actually. Now the basic circuit of a CSI is looks like, look at here. In this region, instead of a voltage source we use a current source, and these are the 4 switches. In case, just brief recap, in case the VSI, the antiparallel diodes which are used as a free wheel of the energy, especially when the inductor is present in the load, that time the antiparallel diode, here the body diode is present in the switches, is used. But here in a CSI the antiparallel diodes are not required because the current is always in one direction due to the rigidness of the current source, always in a same directions. The switch also conduct in this direction, the diode also conduct in this direction. So this is called your series arrangement. If it is a parallel, and as the conduction through the switch and the diodes are opposite to each other, that's why this arrangement is called your anti-parallel arrangement. Though this is the body diode, don't consider this body diode right now. Suppose it is a resistor or any type of switch and it is a diode in series. Now the next question will appear, why CSI? The current source is required, but ideally there is no current source is available. No current source is available. Then what we will do? You have to consider a voltage source having a very high inductance. That's make a rigid current source, or property is looks like a current source. Now how it will use? If the switch 1 and switch 2 will turn on simultaneously, then the current coming from the current source goes from here, flow from here to return to this current source. Now the next instant, already we know we must not turn on the upper leg switch and lower leg switch simultaneously for a same leg. Otherwise there is a dead short circuit will happen. Now the next instant, switch 3 and switch 4 will be turned on simultaneously. Then the current will flow from here to here and here, as if one time current is flow from this side and turning from this blue color to this one, and in the next instant the current is turning from the gray to your node number 4. Now let's see how the waveforms looks like. This is the input current from the current source inverter, where we can observe that the current source is a fixed DC, so there is no change in the current input. Now the current across the load, so far we have discussed either the current will be the positive maximum or the negative maximum. These are the pattern as per the switching. Here it is mentioned when the switch 1 and 2 is on, then it is a positive current. If we consider like that, then the next instant, that is a 3 and 4 are on, then it is a on. Now this way it is going on. Now what is the nature of the voltage? Always remember, the load in case of the CSI looks like a capacitor. The load in a CSI looks like a capacitor. So voltage will be rise in this zone, and here it is again falling, rise fall rise fall rise fall. Then you consider another V in voltage. V in voltage is what? The input voltage of the to the inverter, the CSI. What it is? This V in voltage across this node and this node. If you observe the voltage, if you apply any multimeter here or voltmeter here, you can get the waveform like this. Now the beautiful thing is that the frequency, observe at here, the frequency, it will repeat itself. That is a complete waveform. Looks at here, in this input voltage, the frequency becomes my twice. This is the characteristics for the input voltage for the CSI. Now load current, if you go for the Fourier analysis, you get these mathematical equations where IL is a maximum current, that is this current, and this is the 4 pi. You can derive it by your own self, and delta is a pulse width length. There is this width length. This is one width. This is the expression. Now advantages of the CSI. As the input DC current is controlled, yes, it is controlled. The current source, we know the ideal current source, whatever may be the conditions of the impedance, it always gives the same amount of current as it is level. Unlimited, hence the misfiring of the switches and the short circuit are not a serious problem. In case the VSI, we have to take care about the short circuit. Short circuit means you are turning on the both switches, upper leg and lower leg switch of the same leg. You must not turn on it. There should be some blanking time should be there. Now second is that the peak current of the power devices is limited. As we know already, the current source is always give the same amount of current, so it is a limited. And the communication circuit for the switches devices, say thyristor, are simpler than the your PSI. Another very important feature is that it has the ability to handle the reactive or regenerative load without freewheeling diode. Freewheel diode is required when your PSI is there, you wish to feed back the energy from the source to load. That the anti-parallel diodes arrangements are not required this time, and any type of freewheeling of diode is not required in case of your CSI. It's a very important feature.